Okay, hello and welcome to Two Maggies Up Top, that Premier League podcast fueled by the Magnums. Episode 20, milestone episode. Hey, come on, boys, come on. Cheers, come on.
Come on.
Cheers.
We don't champagne pop, we just Maggie it open.
Come on, pop Maggies and that. If you don't already know, I'm your host, Big Kes, aka Kes Ferdinand, aka Wojciech Kesney, get me, the keeper, shot stopper and that, come on. Hey.
Alright, still.
Yeah, come on.
I may have gone Kesper Schmeichel, but you know.
Kesper Schmeichel. Hey. And to my left, we've got my co-host, it's Big Lows, aka Philo Walker. Big Lows, guys. What are you saying, guys?
Team light skin.
Yeah. Come on.
Yo! Episode 20.
Come on.
Jeez. I want to talk about the game, but you already know what I'm going to talk about. Why I'm happy to be here again.
Come on.
It's a good week.
It's a good week,
It's a
man.
good week.
It's a good week. It's a
I
good
see
week.
you boys is happy in a minute.
Good week.
Yeah. Come on. You got to listen, man. You got to, while you're on top. Well, I don't even know if we're on top, boy, but while the vibes are good, you just got to
live it.
enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Hey. And to my right, we've got my co-host. It's Big Pans, aka Panic Xhaka.
You can't, I think I want that one back in it. I want you to do it again.
Yeah, she come for us today.
Yeah, bro. I can't even believe you thought that one. You should have, and even if you did think of it, when you saw it, you should have gone, I can't do it like that. I can't do it like that. Let me take it off the list. You took the piss.
Oh, what are you saying, Pans?
Yeah, I'm alright, man.
Yeah, that left foot connection. That's
Wait, kick, man. Give me the ball. I'm alright, man. I'm alright.
Hey, episode
Team 2-0. Episode 2-0, sorry.
Come on.
Yeah, thank you to the listeners so far, man.
Yeah, big man team. I want to thank everyone that's tuned in so far. We made it. Nah, big man team. I want to thank everyone that's literally tuned in, supported us, liked our shit, shared it, subscribed to the channel. Even if you just offered a word of encouragement or support, yeah, I want to big you up and thank you, man, because it means a lot on this journey, man.
We also reached a milestone this week as well, the other day. Past the 200
yeah,
followers.
hit 200 on the socials and that.
220th episode.
Come on.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, boy. It's lovely, isn't it? Come on.
Love it.
Hey.
Love it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, nah. So listen, big thank you. And if you haven't already, you know what to do, man. Like, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, man.
And then we'll say thank you.
Yeah, keep sharing the shit, man. And listen, man. We here. You know what I'm saying? But let's dive in. Where I want to start this week, I just want to send out some love to Rui Patricio, the Wolves goalkeeper. Suffered a head injury, which seemed pretty bad at first. Nuno's since come out and said he was conscious, so that's brilliant news. So we hope he makes a speedy recovery. Wolves can't catch a break with a head injury this year, man. Obviously, having already had Raul Jimenez suffer an injury. Wish Rui Patricio a speedy recovery. Wish, yeah. The next only place to go from here is Chris Wilder, sacked as manager of Sheffield United, man. I mean, what's your take on that?
I think it was expected, isn't it? It's like 3 or 4 weeks in the making. They actually come out and said it. I think.
Okay, so
the board, it was heading there, innit? There was like mad arguments.
He'd been some disputes with the board over the way the club was run.
But I still think though, like it's a big loss for them because I think he's had a tough season in terms of. We said it a couple of episodes ago, like everything else is still the same this year. They haven't done anything different, but for some reason they've had bad luck or whatever in it. So I feel sorry for him, and he took them from nowhere in it to the Premiership.
Bro.
From
League One to the Premier.
He's just done a my career mode from Sunderland. It's a great job.
I mean, now what do you make of the Wilder sacking?
For me, I think, I guess it was coming, but I just think if you kept him, I think there's a possibility of you bouncing back in it. Like, and I look at like the Daniel Farks for Norwich and that kind of sometimes that loyalty and you know you're getting the best out of that group of players. I think the bounce back when you do get relegated, you become one of the favourites. Instead of going there now, I think you become one of, you might be in the chat, but you're kind of 6th, 7th place, might get in there. Yeah, man. Do you know what? I think about the disputes thing. Yeah, when I always just see it as big man. There's always disputes between a manager and a club, innit? Like you want more, and they might not give you more.
Yeah.
But you decide to spend almost 45 mil on 2 players, which probably never done in that kind of club era, innit? So. And that was your choice.
I think Wilder wanted them players though.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
so like your disputes, there might be some disputes, but I always think it comes down to who you want in it. But you still had a choice to sign 2 players at 45 million.
Yeah.
And you bought wrongly, in my opinion. You bought wrongly. Maybe Aaron Ramsdale, you might think.
On paper, he bought well, but then I don't know if it's turned up.
This is the thing, because I think the players that he's bought,
I
don't think you can knock him for that, because they're players that you would have thought would have come in and done the job. Ryan Brewster.
And Purdue.
Even the fact that Liverpool wanted to put a buyback clause in says that that's a good player to let him go. Ramsdale again, I know he got relegated, but decent. You lose Henderson. It seems like it's decent. I'm not knocking him for them signings.
It's decent, and I am going to knock him because it's not worked out.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, they're the small kind of differences in the Premier League.
I do hear what you're saying. I hear that.
Does he deserve to get sacked in terms of a heart? If I'm looking at a heart point of view, like in my heart, probably not, because you think like shuffle boy, but. It's a tough game.
I'll be real with you. I think you mentioned Daniel Farke, and I think he's a great example of someone that has shown that if you stick by your manager, when you know he's a good manager, even though the circumstances were unfortunate, it can, it can work out well. Now, for me, I look at Sheffield United and I think, okay, they're in the bottom 3, but we spoke about them in previous weeks where it's like they're struggling in terms of form, but the players are all working for him. We said it with Slaven Bilic when he was getting the best out of the players there. At Sheffield United, they were losing games, but never getting beat by too many goals. It was always tight games, they're working hard. And I was bigging up Chris Wilder for the fact that he had the players still working for him, even though the team was struggling. So I was bigging him up for that. Now, I'm thinking, now your relegation, or your fate has almost been sealed, effectively. You're going back to the Championship. You're going to need that same spirit. Yeah. And if you can keep the guys together and that same spirit, you've got every chance of bouncing back out of a very tough league. You get rid of Chris Wilder now. I mean, they lost. We'll talk about the game of the weekend, but they got thumped at the weekend.
And that's
who's coming in now? Are you keeping the players you've got? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where. And also, you mentioned he's taken them from League One to the Prem.
I was going to say, he must be a fan favourite, like a legend.
He was a fan. Yeah, of course he is.
Fans of X.
No, of course. And I just think, where do you really go from here? Who is going to come in and do better than Wilder could have done next season?
Trust.
Yeah, I think sometimes some clubs get carried away with the
grass
success.
isn't always green on
and it's like, okay, you come in and you overachieve and you do a job for us, and then you start having your heads in the clouds like you should be amongst the flipping elite. Nah, you were League One. Sheffield United were struggling to get out of League One for years before Wilder come. They weren't even in the Championship. They got relegated from the Championship and they were stuck in League One. Wilder's come back-to-back promotions. I don't know.
Do you know what? Though, I look at the Premier League teams here when we talk about that, they get above themselves here, because I look at Sheffield United and they got this. Oh, we're Premier League team, Premier League. But this time you're dishing out League One money, like, do you know what I'm saying, and expecting Premier League results. So you need to sign well. When you back.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
You had one season. You got. Even I look at it and thinking, you can't. You've done 8th team or 9th to wherever they can finish. You got to build from there. You can't just sit back and go, this side 2 man.
But that just goes to show how good Wilder is as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is also part of the problem with the foreign ownership these days, with owners that are just out of touch with reality, because they don't understand the whole feat of the achievement. So you get these guys come in, it's like, oh, okay, we're taking over a club 9th in the Prem. But you don't understand that you've got no right to be 9th. This guy has overachieved massively. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's why it's harsh for Ranieri and so many others to get sacked.
Exactly.
With Leicester and whatnot.
Exactly.
But anyway, man, good luck to him. And
good luck to Chris Wilder. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where he goes next, and where Sheffield United go next, to be honest with you. So definitely keep an eye on that. Let's dive in. So there was only one game midweek, which we'll talk about briefly. Man City 5, Southampton 2. To be honest with you, the result highest scoring game, the result went in the way you'd expect it to go. Man City were, at this time, won a load of games.
17 points clear, I think they were at that time.
Were they actually? Okay, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Southampton being on the barren run. I thought Southampton, Pep actually said that Southampton were the best team he's come up against in terms of style of play. that giving them the most problems in the Prem so far.
I guess that shows in kind of the amount of goals they did score.
Yes.
Obviously, I guess Man City just come back from a loss to the Manchester Derby.
Yeah, so they bounce straight back.
They either come where the confidence is low, which it never should be, or it could be a fact that what these men are going to get.
Yeah, and they're human, isn't it?
They're going to get tumped to be coming for them. And the 5 goals kind of suggest that they come to tump them, man.
Do you know what? I think it's a good point you made, because I think off the back of the loss in the Man City derby, it could go one of two ways. It's either a great time to play them because that run's ended and they're not as invincible as they once were, or it's a very bad time to play them because they're hungry to get back on the horse. And as you can see, it was a better time to play them. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I can't think of a great time to play Man City because they're ripping through teams at the minute. But I've got to commend Southampton for the performance because they gave it a go. And they gave it a go. So the big up to Southampton in that game, even though you can see the 5 goals, but it is Man City. Yeah. Let's dive into the weekend games.
Come on.
And there's only one place to start this weekend. Come on.
Oh, I know. Is it?
It's North London. Yeah, it's North London derby. This is the derby, and you know what? I've coming into this game. There's a lot of Spurs fans talking up and whatever. And you know what? I'll be real. The brothers on the table. Yeah, okay, cool.
Mourinho come up with hope. We don't look back.
You don't look down, whatever.
You best look down, fam.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're going.
I'm not going to lie as well. I'm going to hold my hands up, and I thought Spurs were going to win as well, innit?
Of course you did. Yeah, you know what I mean. But the funny thing with that comment actually with Mourinho is that he doesn't look down. But every good manager looks to the next game.
Yeah.
So we were your opponent, so you shouldn't be looking at us. You should have looked down, big man. So yeah. That being said, you're talking about you don't look down. I can't even rate that talk because you're saying you don't look down, but you're in 5th or whatever.
Yeah,
you're not.
lower than that.
Yeah, you're not even. So
like 7th.
Yeah. And the gap between was now 4 points. Anyway, jump into the game.
I literally just thought then, I thought you said let's jump on to the next game. I'm thinking,
Nah,
don't do that, bro. Enjoy the moment, bro. Enjoy it.
I'm gonna live on this one. I'm gonna live on this one.
I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm letting you know because
Tottenham. All I gotta say, Tottenham. Yeah, if Bale missed training this week, I know where he is in it. He's still in Tierney's pocket.
We'll talk on that in a second.
Well, I mean, because you know what it is. I'll be real. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on this Fab Four Tottenham thing, yeah, and I'm like, hold on, you had. These guys are fake because you had Son and Kane, which were the 2, yeah. Gareth Bale just hit form last week, and Dele Alli has been nowhere. So that 4 has been nowhere near fabulous.
Well, it's been halved for a while.
Honestly. So then all of a sudden they're in the same team, and they call them the Fab Four. I'm just like, I get out of here. Having said that, I thought Gareth Bale had hit form in time for North London derby. I expected a lot more from Gareth Bale. I was.
Can we rewind though, like? Go on, carry on. Rewind, go on.
Rewind.
What did I tell you?
All I know, yeah.
What did I tell you?
Pan's come through this from last week to this week. He come through. He said he's not having it about Bell. He said he's not having it.
Yeah, it's too soon.
Yeah. He's not having it. And to be fair, do you know he was right.
If he's got to keep doing it for me, bro. And that's why I kept saying that the caliber of player, innit? I won't go into it, but the Willian Bale thing, caliber of player is different. I expect Bale to be doing that every week.
I said it before, like I felt with Bale, he had the cheek to walk off sulking when you get hooked off, having done nothing for the whole time he's on.
I actually didn't get to manage to watch the game, unfortunately, but I remember following the commentary. I was driving in it, and
I like Mother's Day and that.
Yeah, Mother's Day. So, and then obviously the commentary came up and said that Bale was getting subbed. But then the actual caption of the commentary was, "You would have never have known he was on the pitch."
Exactly.
What a something bad for Bale.
It was a bad performance. But there's one place who really to start this game, which was with the lineup. So before the kickoff, there was controversy. Yeah. No Aubameyang in the lineup. So when I first saw it, I'm thinking, okay, disciplinary reasons, but we dropped our best player. In hindsight, I look back at it and think, you know what, you got to big up Arteta for the call. Not only because we've won, but it was a bold call to make. And I think that it literally, with such a young team and so many young rising stars in the team, it is important to
look to
set the level and put the group first, right? And in dropping the Aubameyang, he did exactly that. So whether we won, lost or draw this, I've got to big up Arteta on the decision.
He put his foot down and he stood by it.
Yeah.
He said it with his chest.
He said it with his chest.
Yeah, had to.
It turns out Aubameyang was late. And yeah, if Aubameyang is your skipper, your captain,
That's poor.
it's unacceptable.
Late to what though? Was it late to the actual Kane?
To the boss, probably. It was
Right,
late.
oh, right,
Late to the train.
late.
It could be anything. He's late.
Yeah,
Late.
it was late. It was late.
Because I saw on the comments, someone was like saying that he actually does that a lot. That he's
Yeah, I've
always-
seen
he's
that, and
always late.
I've seen pictures suggesting he was stuck in traffic, and whatnot. But I just think, listen, if you're in the battlefield and your sergeant can't get it because he's late, everyone's dead. So
Yeah,
I hear
you're
that.
the
It's a great
leader.
call.
Yeah,
Great
you're the
call.
leader. So I rate that. I rate the fact that
check ways and that. Yeah, you get me. Like,
100,
you know when the champion
leave earlier
Yeah.
on Derby Day as well.
Derby day, fam.
Laka come in, scored, played well. It worked out well for the manager, but I rate
That's
the.
it, played well.
I rate it.
Played well.
We scored a pen. He scored a goal.
What about the pen though? What do you reckon about the pen?
Yeah. If we're being honest and discussing the pen, I think in fact before we even get to the pen, Lamella's goal.
Yeah, well, when I first saw it real time, I was like, oh, that don't even look that good. And then I saw the replays and I was like, fucking hell.
I don't know what you saw in real time, to be fair, man, but
No, it looked like he scuffed it when I was looking at it real time. But when I saw it properly, I was like, wow.
again, I don't know what you saw in real time. When
To
I
be
saw
fair,
it,
my mouth was open, innit?
yeah, honestly, he done that, and honestly, he just caught. It seemed to put everyone off guard.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
So big up Lamella. You know what I mean? He's had 2 moments in 10 years, but that was a great moment.
Also,
honestly.
sometimes it pays off just to be one-footed. Because if he actually had half decent right foot, he would have swung on his right.
Yeah.
Because he's got no right foot.
Nah, it was a bit of
Yeah.
improvisation.
Yeah.
Would you be bigging him up if you lost?
Yeah, no, it's no. Forget the result.
Yeah,
it's
the goal
an
was
incredible
class.
piece of play.
It was.
Yeah, Tierney doing his thing for the equaliser. Odegaard scoring 2-2. Come on, but yeah. So to the Lacazette pen, if I'm being 100% honest, in my personal opinion, I'm not entirely sure that was a pen. And I'll be honest with you, because when I first saw it, I thought yes, definitely a pen. When I see the replay and realise that Lacazette has shanked the ball wide and then the contact's made, I just think to myself that if you, as an attacker, kick the ball away from the defender, he has 0 chance of winning the ball in a tackle. So,
But that's not his problem.
okay, but he's going to go for the tackle.
That's not his problem.
No, but what I'm saying is then all you've got to do to win a pen is when the defender comes, kick the ball the other way.
You do.
When it's, really?
You do, of course you do. You kick it away from the defender.
Even if Lacazette had that shot on target and he still made that exact same challenge, I think that was definitely a pen. Still.
So if he gets contact in the ball properly,
even if Lacazette hit it properly, it was definitely a
the
pen.
argument is
Definitely a pen.
if the ball was going towards the goal, the
It's a
defender
pen.
But
blocks.
that's what I'm saying. If
He blocks the
Lacazette
shot.
No, but you can't tell me about the shot.
You
though.
can't
tell
because that hasn't
Why?
actually happened.
So
But
then-
the way the angle was.
The reason why I can't say this happened is because he's kicked the ball away from the goal. So hold on. If you're defending your goal, yeah, and the striker has kicked the ball in the opposite direction, and you've gone to block the shot, anticipating it's going on goal, you have no chance of blocking the shot or making any contact with the ball. You've got no chance.
But
I understand
his problem though.
No, of course it is.
That's what you're saying.
Why is that? That's not Lacazette's problem.
Why?
Why is it all about what the defender's doing?
No.
If the
Lacazette-
defender wants to lunge in, that's his problem.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is this: if you're playing towards the goal, yeah, and the defender comes into
I
the
hear what you're
defender's
saying.
goal,
I hear what you're saying.
yeah, by kicking the ball in the opposite direction where the ball should never be going.
Yeah. But they're
But
saying
my
that. Then if he lifts it up and flicks over, that's okay, even though it goes backwards away from the
Of course.
goal. But then he's kicking the ball in
No,
the
of course,
direction.
because of course.
But he's kicking the ball in the direction.
No, because what's going to happen is this: if the defender blocks the ball and follows through it, blocks the ball,
He's going to follow through regardless.
No, but if the defender blocks the shot is on goal and the defender blocks it,
Yeah.
but his momentum takes him through and there's contact afterwards,
Yeah.
it's not a foul.
No, he make
What
contact
about
with
if
the
he
ball.
didn't?
Exactly.
My question
That's
Why
the
does it
point.
matter where the ball goes?
Of course, it matters where the ball goes. So if the ball is going towards the goal and the
Yeah.
defender blocks it,
No, but hold on.
No.
So you're saying that? Yeah. So if I dribble past you, yeah, and I decide to do a curve turn back on myself, and you foul me, it's not a foul because you had no chance of getting the ball.
no, that's different.
That's not different, though, bro. How's that different?
Because
I'm
the
kicking the ball
defender's
in the
gone
wrong
to block
direction.
it. No, so the defender's gone to block a shot that's going in towards his goal. So he's going to make an action. He's not going to let a shot go in on his goal. So he's going to block the shot.
So if he curve turns then,
No,
that shot.
no. If he Cruyff turns
Yeah.
in, yeah, and he's in control of the ball, it's a foul. If he shanks the ball, so he gets the
Okay,
shot
so
away
what you're
clearly,
saying- what you're saying is
and he
that-
shanks the ball, yeah. So he's had the
I hear what you're
chance to
saying,
shoot.
yeah.
He's not been impeded. So the reason is
So I think the key word for you is what you just said. Is control of the ball.
So if
So what my point is that every point now makes sense. When you're saying control, it means because if I flick it the other direction, I'm controlling the ball still. He comes through at me. It's still a foul.
So if he,
you're talking about control,
he's had his shot,
Yeah.
and the ball hasn't gone wide
He's
because
got
he's been
control of the ball,
he's not gone wide because he's been impeded. It's a shit shot. So the defender is naturally going to try and block that shot, and there's going to be contact if the ball's not there to be won. So for me, I think it's a bit harsh. And I'd honestly be pissed off if.
I kind of hear.
I said that was a pen all day, man.
I kind of got a great view. Like for me,
Because I don't.
Do you want to go?
No, you go, bro. You go.
Because what Lowey was saying earlier, I was saying is that even though Laka wasn't in control of the ball, which I totally understand, and I see your point. If Laka actually gets a shot on target, from the angle and what you can see, it definitely looks like he was never actually going to make the ball anyway, even if it was on target. So for me, it was a pen. If I asked you, that was my question to you. If I asked you, if Laka hit that on target and he just swiped Laka, is it a penalty? The answer is yes. But then for me, if Laka still hits the ball away, he's still going to have the same impact on Laka that he would have done whether he hit it away or whether he didn't, and it's a penalty. That's my argument. And also, all the pundits said that his challenge, it wasn't a penalty, but they were saying his challenge was reckless. But I'm sorry, if you do a reckless challenge in the box, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Penalty.
But so it looks reckless.
How can you say it's reckless but it wasn't a penalty?
Because it looks reckless because he's nowhere near the ball. He's nowhere near the ball because the striker shanked it the other way.
But
so that's why it looks reckless.
But even if I understand that. But even if the ball was on target, he was still gonna take out Laka anyway.
That's obviously. So what you're saying there is not a matter of fact, innit? That's where obviously we deviate. So now we don't know in it. If the ball's on target or you don't know whether the defender's touching the ball in it. So I think it was reckless in the end, or it looked reckless in the end because the defender's nowhere near the ball. But at the same time, in defending, you have to anticipate where the ball's going to go and try to block it. And if the defender shanks it the other way, striker shanks it the other way, there's no way to anticipate it.
I hear what you're saying. I guess that's the art of defending, and that's
So I mean that's the argument that's there to be. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not complaining about getting a pen in it, take the 3 points.
I think
we're a better team.
And I think that comes back to your point, Pana. We played well. We deserved the win.
Yeah.
I was messaging now, guy. I'm shook when we hadn't scored because I was
You
saying
hit
we
the post
dominated.
twice.
Yeah, we dominated the ball. We done it last time, and then we got countered and they scored. And it kind of happened exactly the same. So yeah, it was a bit of frustration in that kind of first.
I hear that
30 minutes. But for me, like we deserved to win. Dominated the game with a better team. Even when the man got sent off, I know it kind of turned around. But you can't win games just because you have 10 minutes, a nice 10-minute spell. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
And we may have rid our luck, but you know what? It's about time we had some luck sometimes.
That's
the
true.
problem that we have is consistency, and you can't rely on luck for consistency. Be consistent by putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's what we struggled with last week. But
I hear that.
as I said to you before, some big performances out there that we needed.
I was gonna say.
As I said to you, Bell missed training this week. I know where he is, fam. I know where he is.
Yeah.
I mean, big performances. First of all, before we even kick on, you got Emil Smith-Rowe on a big up because he had a great game.
He hit the crossbar.
He was immense.
Yeah.
He was immense.
And big up there, he got called up to the under-21 for the first time.
Yeah.
Well.
And that squad looks very strong.
Yeah, strong.
So big up Emil Smith-Rowe first and foremost. Gabriel saved Leno's bacon.
The line.
And honestly, Harry Kane hit the post on a free kick, low free kick, which I don't get what Leno's doing. You got the wall there, the guy laying flat on the floor, but you're still trying to gamble that side to almost get beaten your side. And if Gabriel's not there, Sanchez scores the equaliser in the 88th minute. Leno made a poor decision, but he's got away with it.
Yeah.
Back on the back of another poor decision in the Europa League from Leno to give the ball to Ceballos in no man's land. But anyway, big up Gabriel, solid performance. Kieran Tierney again coming through, doing his thing, getting an assist. So big up Kieran Tierney.
Big up Mikel Arteta.
No, big up Odegaard, because
Big up
I'd like to
Odegaard.
see this guy on my team now because he's done enough for me. He's done enough.
Yeah.
When I look at the guys like sometimes Ceballos and I looked at Kim Kalstrom, all the men that come on loan and don't come do nothing. These guys done enough for me.
I think it's half for Ceballos, I think Ceballos has done
No, he ain't done enough.
Bro, he first thing he come in, he done
He ain't done
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Well, I don't even know if you're gonna make Odegaard permanent though, no?
I don't think we can.
You can, yeah.
Well,
That's what
if
I'm
we can,
saying.
So I think I think we're looking to at least have him on loan next season, but
Harry Kane though, before we move on, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Because you need to get a bigger club, mate.
big man things. If you really wanna, if you like you've done the whole sentimental thing, you stayed there.
Get a bigger club, big man.
If you wanna
win something, you're a good striker.
So what you say?
One of the best.
If Man City got harder, for example, United should come in for Kane.
Have to.
Yeah, have to.
Yeah. Break the bank for Kane.
Kane's got to go. His next club's got to be United or Madrid.
I
can't see him anywhere else.
People keep mentioning this whole Alan Shearer thing to me, about he played for his hometown club and whatever. You know what Alan Shearer did? Alan Shearer won the Prem before he went back to Newcastle.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I said that the other day, didn't I? When we talk about the...
He went to Newcastle and
Shearer went home after he won the Prem.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, you're not... Big man thing, these are your prime years. You better go somewhere, win something.
There's two ways to say saw it though, innit? It's like you either do the Stevie G, one club, Paul Scholes kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And choose loyalty over success, or you do it the other way around, innit?
Exactly.
But a lot of the footballers do success over loyalty, so...
Boy, well, he's done his loyalty phase, but now you've got to go get success in it. So, but we'll see what he does in it.
It's been done.
Let's kick on anyway. Next game I want to look at is Wolverhampton 0, Liverpool 1. This game, Klopp called it a dirty 3 points, which was interesting, but I think slightly fair.
I agree with him, to be fair.
Yeah, probably fair. I think this game saw Fabinho playing back in the 6 rather than centre back, and had the young centre back partnership of Kabak and Phillips, which worked for them in the Champions League against Leipzig. For me personally, I think I said you man off camera. Hindsight is 20/20 in it, and I think Fabinho is such a good 6 that having him play centre back, the team lost a lot. Obviously, you lost a lot with Van Dijk and Gomez being out
and all that.
But dropping Fabinho back there, I think was the wrong call. Easy to say now, but based on how he's played in the last 2 games in the 6, I think the way I see it is that Liverpool, even last year when they were at their strongest in that, their back line didn't take out no whole heap of pressure. You never saw Van Dijk or flipping Gomez or the back line under that much pressure because they were pressing the ball so high, they were so dominant in midfield and scoring goals in the attack that they didn't come with that much heat. Dropping your best midfielder centre back and playing Henderson and Fabinho centre back, you're losing the midfield battle and you're under a lot more pressure. Had you had Henderson and Fabinho playing in the midfield and had a young back line, I think they would have been better protected than what you've had so far in it. But obviously, like I said, he had to find his way, and good result for Liverpool, man. Good result.
Needed, innit? Needed result, man. To be fair, and Jota come back to haunt him.
And I think that's what it is, yeah. The difference is Jota coming in again, and I spoke about a while ago actually when Jota just was the guy that they needed when times were getting hard for them because it got a bit stale.
Yeah.
But you know, to go Wolves away and get 3 points.
It's tough.
Huge.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But you're right though, Lowe's, like when you say Jota, like in the sense of Jota also, not even that he's saving Liverpool, he's actually saving the front 3 because if you look at them like Mane, Salah and all that, who like are a bit low in confidence, the pressure will come off of them because Jota's doing so well as well. So he's not only helping himself by getting goals and assists, he's actually helping the rest of the team try and find their confidence again because we take the pressure off them to score.
And I also just think he's probably a better Firmino in the sense that he offers the same.
I think he's better than Firmino.
Yeah.
I mean, different type of player.
Different player. I agree. I think he complements the other 2, Salah and Mane, just as well, and gets more goals himself.
Yeah, I think so. They're more of a front 3 with them.
Firmino's done it for a longer period of time.
Yeah,
so longevity-wise, you've got to say Firmino's done it for
longevity. But if we look at the bond he has between the front 3, the front 3 seems just as fluid with Jota and Jota gets a bit more goals in it. But it's early days. You're right.
It's almost 3 like old school traditional wingers that are converted to strikers but are very good, like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
Very good strikers of the ball, Leo Messi, all that.
Yeah.
And if you've got 3 of them and you've got the synergy, I think that's a good combo for Liverpool.
I don't know how you can bring Ronaldo and Messi to the combo.
No, as in like good wingers that were converted strikers. That's what we're
Okay, there you go. Throw Mbappe in there as well, you mean?
he's not really a striker yet.
So question to you boys, can Liverpool still get top 4?
No.
Yeah.
You writing them off?
No.
You think no?
I said last week openly for the best. I'm saying no.
So in saying no, have you got your top 4 cemented? You know that's.
No, I just don't think Liverpool are going to be in there.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Bold, but yeah. And you think yes again?
Yeah,
I think it'd be crazy to
until it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
Then you've always got a chance without me sounding cheesy.
I think it's crazy to write Liverpool off in a sense because they're capable.
There's still 10 games
of winning. Yeah. Of winning back-to-back games.
Yeah, bro.
I think it's easy to forget based on their barren run that they're champions of England.
Still 10 games, man. It's easy to slip. It's easy.
So you think they go top 4, yeah?
No, I don't. I think they can do though. I don't think like you should write them off.
Don't sit on the fence.
No,
that's what I originally said.
I think they can. You want me to commit?
I said are they? I'll change the question.
So you asked me. Okay, so
for me, so I changed back what I said.
Okay.
They have a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get there.
Okay, cool.
I don't think
to not predict the future is not sitting on the fence, just to clarify. But if you're
That comment there is sitting on the fence.
Sit on the fence on the fence.
Yeah, on the fence, on the fence.
So you want me to cement my top 4 right now, yeah? Alright, Big Kes top 4. So
I wasn't asking for top
City,
4, I was just saying they're going to
He's
make
doing
it.
it.
Yeah,
Go on,
yeah,
say it in your chest, big man.
City,
Yeah.
Episode 20.
United,
Come on.
I hurt you, innit?
yeah, Chelsea,
Yeah.
and who's?
Leicester.
Not in any particular order,
Oh.
but top 4.
Okay.
And Leicester. Leicester. Yeah. So what I said? But I said Liverpool. Okay. So I think you know what? Yeah. Big shout. I'm saying City, United,
Chelsea.
Leicester,
He's going to take us
Liverpool.
out. Yeah. You forgot West Ham as well.
Yeah.
They're not getting there.
Yeah, West Ham
wait,
all the way.
you know,
No, I'm saying
I appreciate
Leicester,
it. I
knew,
appreciate it.
I knew you was going to
What
do
you saying?
Chelsea.
What you saying,
I knew he was going to take Chelsea out.
What you saying, Pants?
What?
Chelsea, Liverpool
Nah.
top 4 or?
No, I don't think so, no.
Nah, Chelsea, Leicester? Or you don't know yet? Just not let it-
If we win the next 4 games, we'll get top 4.
But you're saying sitting on the fence. Man said if.
Yeah,
That's not if.
No, I'm being serious.
What's
Man,
your
just basically-
prediction?
Do you know what?
Because we've got.
I'll ask you in 4 games time then, yeah?
Alright.
Then you can
Ask me. Our last 6, our running is
But as
actually terrible.
As
West Ham's one of them
okay,
games.
but as of today, what's your prediction?
You're top 4.
Top 4.
With Leicester or Liverpool or anyone else? West Ham?
I'll probably say Leicester
Okay, calm.
Go.
if I had to.
Alright, let's kick on. I mean, obviously, next game we want to look at is
Brings us nicely, isn't it?
Leicester Sheffield United.
Come on.
So we spoke about Sheffield United, and I think this result here was an example of how much of an impact Chris Wilder had on that squad.
Yeah.
Because
This is a reality
this is a
Yeah.
result that you'd expect from a team in their position.
It was in
but
charge.
they wasn't getting beaten by this. The guy that was in charge, Paul Heckingbottom,
Heckingbottom.
which was he was under 23s coach, but Paul Heckingbottom, when I heard that he was the guy in charge, he's flopped at Leeds, at Barnsley in the Championship.
That was it, Barnsley.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm like Heckingbottom, but he was already there as under 23s coach. So okay, let's go.
He's
through.
got long term.
Yeah. When I first heard it,
but
I
they've
was like,
also
wow.
got
Jason Tyndall.
Jason Tyndall, who got
Which
sacked
is-
by Bournemouth.
yeah,
It was the second.
again.
Oh yeah, mad.
As a first team coach there.
Yeah, so I just don't know. I don't know.
I've got 2 failures in the Championship playing
It's mad.
big ball.
It's mad.
in the
It just seems like crisis management
Yeah.
when the crisis has been created by yourself. So I'm big man thing.
Chicken time bomb that place.
Just I'm just like big man.
Manage your own crisis.
You man done that. I don't get that because like I saw 5-0 and it's like I've not seen Sheffield United get beat by more than 2 goals this season. All season, and they've been in the bottom 3 all season.
Yeah, that's mad.
But I want to big up Iheanacho because man played alongside Vardy, and you scored a hat trick. The first hat trick, Vardy didn't even score this game.
Yeah.
And
He hasn't scored in the last 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Right?
He's been on form.
To be fair though, he had one clear off the line. He had one that was given as an own goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Vardy's doing his thing.
Don't forget
but
his assist. His
I
assist
think
was
this is
mad.
Oh, yeah, great. That's what I'm saying.
2
So
great
this
passes.
is more a big up to Iheanacho than a knock on Vardy because there's a lot of
big
questions at Leicester over who's going to replace Vardy and whatnot. And I just think, you know what, Iheanacho, I'm not saying he's going to replace Vardy, but you know you've got a guy that can score you goals if he's confident. He's young, hungry. And I loved his interview. I love his interview, by the way, where he beat all the mothers on Mother's Day. And yeah, I learned that he lost his mother at 14. So I just see that interview, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, big up.
Honestly, big man thing.
Bro,
And we
I
spoke
remember when
about
he left City, I actually remember, and he had a mad scoring record for City, yeah? I'll never forget when they sold him to Leicester, I was thinking, fucking hell, what a signing for Leicester.
good signing.
Like, he was banging at City,
Really
but then
good
obviously
signing.
he hasn't hit it like he should have done, but he's starting to find that form.
Yeah, well, we
I
had
think
that
he's better
conversation.
suited in the 2, clearly, innit?
Yeah.
That's what it
I
is.
think that's
That was my point. I think Brendan realised, first name basis.
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
first name
yeah,
basis,
yeah.
Brendan.
Brenny.
So Big Ben, Big Brent, yeah, Big B. No, obviously, like he changed his system to fit them to up top because he lost Brighton, and I think, as you said, Pana, correctly, they complement each other very well, and maybe Vardy's not getting the goals, but more importantly, your team's getting goals, winning
He's
games.
still having an impact.
So I'm saying, and Iheanacho has got now. It's the first time ever in the Premier League that he's managed to go 3 games. Is it 3 games on it? Score 3 games on a trot, something like that.
Yeah,
So it just shows that. And I think
He's developing.
it's the third time that they're playing this formation back to back to back. So
yeah, it works.
it's working for them, and big up Brendan on that. But getting the best out of Iheanacho, I think most importantly, They're climbing, bro.
They're climbing. And
I think arguably their best players up.
Honestly, and that's what I'm saying. And when you mentioned Brendan, he deserves ultimate praise because you know what? You hear a lot of stories of even Liverpool, injury concerns and whatnot, flipping. Every team as it plays out, you hear of the concern. Yeah. At Leicester, their list is actually crazy at how many players have got injured, but you don't hear anything. When Soyuncu is injured, you got Fofana come in and boom, boom, boom. Fofana's injured, you got this one. They've always got someone coming in and they're making the tweaks. So then you thought that they're missing Maddison, they're missing whatever. Barnes, they're missing, you know what I mean? But the manager just gets on with it, he does his job. And I think, you know what, he deserves credit.
Yeah, 100.
Iheanacho definitely deserves credit.
Yeah.
And we had that talk about whether Jesus is that much better than him.
Player, man.
Yeah, Iheanacho is a great player. He's shown what he can do. And I've got nothing but respect for Leicester, big man team. A team that was in the Championship in 2014.
Just not enough respect to put them in top 4. Oh no, you
did. Yeah,
Chelsea.
That's why they're so good. I have to
And this is a team that was in the Championship 2014.
Yeah.
They won,
bro, even with Brendan, I still think with Claude Ranieri they reached obviously legendary status in the sense of the Premier League title and all that. But I remember like what you said about Brendan Rodgers when he was heavily linked to Chelsea on a numerous amount of occasions, and I've never wanted him. But actually now, even from Liverpool days, I'm looking at him now for what he's doing at Leicester. I have to rate him as a manager. You know, he's done a great job there, and it shows how good he was at Liverpool as well.
And here's the thing,
he was unlucky to
and that's what I'm saying. And obviously, Brendan Rodgers, it comes back to an argument we've had on this pod many episodes ago about the respect of British managers. If this was Brennan Rodinho, you'd be intrigued by what he can do. You know, can he come to Chelsea? You know what I mean? But because it's Brendan Rodgers or whatever, it's like, I don't want him. But you got to big up Brendan Rodgers, man. He's breaking the mould and he's doing his thing.
And big up Kelechi as well.
Yeah, big him up. But I also think that in order to gain the respect he deserves, he has to go one further than he did last season, and they have to break into the top four. If they bottle it again this season, you can become known as the flipping Midland Spurs, where you just bottle jobs, you know what I'm saying? So they have to break into that top 4, for me personally, for people in England to start giving him his due. Yeah, exactly. So let's watch his space with Leicester, and obviously we learned nothing new about Sheffield United, innit? Doomed. Next game we'll look at is Fulham Man City. Fulham 0, Man City 3. Now you know what I think about Fulham, but this game is always going to be a stretch against a Man City team that
they gifted them 2 goals as well.
Yeah. What was interesting, no Sterling in the squad. I don't know if that's something to read into or just rotation, like not even on the
rotation, fair rotation. Go do your thing. You got to have that work personal life balance in it. I think that's so key, and I think rotation is key, and they got a big enough squad there to do so.
Yeah. Was it Aguero's first Premier League goal?
It was.
Yeah, but also
that's crazy.
Just on that though, you say they give him 2 goals, and I watched it. They did. Man City dominated the game though.
No, they did. Of course they did.
There was always going to pile under pressure, but there's so much pressure on them.
That's why I still think Fulham are going down, man.
But don't get me wrong, I felt like
because they had it against Man City.
But also, I felt like
Brighton will win it. Brighton won.
Against that, yeah.
But I felt like they were just missing a striker, Man City, when I looked at that game.
Yes.
I mean, the first time, but missing someone to do some movement in the box, like something like that. Because you're right, they give them the goals. I was just waiting for some striker just to. You know what I mean, they're hungry. You peppering them.
Agreed, but you're saying with City, that's why Fulham. That's why you think they're going down. But
because
are you not judging them based on the teams that they're playing around them? Because
but
any of them teams. I mean, Brighton beat Southampton, which we'll talk about. But if you're looking at them against any of the teams around them, personally,
doesn't always matter.
Really?
Doesn't always matter though. I think Bella's going to hit it as well. Hit on the point.
I was just going to say, I'm not just talking about just this game.
Yeah.
They've also lost other games like this, and obviously of this significance, because and then also Brighton go to win, Newcastle go to draw, like all these points because they had such a bad start, like ridiculously bad start.
But to bring it back, Brighton's next game is against Newcastle, so one of them is going to drop points.
Drop points.
They've all got to play each other, so I think it comes down to.
Go on.
I think it comes down to how well these teams perform against each other. I think the games against Man City and whatnot. So Fulham have played in their last 2 games. They played Liverpool away, Man City at home. Now I think if they're being honest, anything you get from any of those games is a bonus. So having beat Liverpool at Anfield, you've probably got more points on them 2 fixtures than you would have expected to get at any stage, yeah? So how you're judging your survival is going to be on how you perform against those teams around you, right?
I don't disagree with you.
Brighton beating Southampton, which we'll talk about, was a must-win game for them, I think, and they won.
And they
Fair
won.
play. We'll talk about it. But Fulham, their games where they're going to pin their survival on are yet to come against the teams around them. Newcastle.
I'm only saying that though because of how bad their start was, though.
Yeah, I agree.
So from a level, I agree with you. From a fresh season, calm. But at the end of the day, Fulham had such a bad start that they're now chasing a pack that are getting results around them. Yeah, and they're not in their games. Those games actually will become irrelevant because it's too late. It's too little, too late.
And kind of what I was saying before is that I kind of agree with you totally in terms of it does matter about the game forever. But I said what I meant by it is that there's a lot of factors that can play a part because no matter if Fulham are beating Leeds next week, for example, I don't know who they got. If Brighton pick up points.
They pick up points.
So that gap still stays the same. So my point is that there's other factors they can't control of.
I agree.
They can only control their own destiny for me. And if you're gonna pick up, don't get me wrong, you haven't beaten Man City, calm, you move on. And I agree with you. 3 points out of them 2 games, you're laughing. But what I'm saying is they have to beat Brighton if they got Brighton. They got to beat Fulham, etc. But if Newcastle and Brighton draw and Fulham don't pick up points this weekend, then you're looking at it as a battle still again.
So 100%.
There's other factors in that.
And you expected Brighton to go and lose against Southampton.
I didn't.
When you see Brighton win, you're like, fuck, how should they
Southampton being in poor form, so you'd expected Brighton to go there and beat them, truth be told. And the bookies had them priced at that as well. What I would say is that for me, Brighton got a result this weekend, but you wouldn't necessarily say Brighton are getting results because this was all.
No, I agree.
But if you look at Burnley, which is the next game we'll touch on, Burnley have been getting results. So for me,
they're safe.
Burnley drew against, they're the team. They drew against Arsenal.
Oh right.
Last week.
And they followed that up. With 3 points against Everton, which is 4 points.
4 points from 2 games.
They definitely took a 2. They'd have taken 2.
Honestly, I think they're taking 1. Like lost.
No, you're right.
So they got 4. So for me, I'm now going to jump on the Burnley are safe. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. This was a game where I thought Everton would beat them. Yeah, you said.
But you know what? Big up Sean Batch, longest reigning manager.
Big man team.
They deserve some respect.
And now, I was going to shout you out there still because you called out Burnley, and I was looking at it recently thinking they could be in trouble, but Burnley are getting results against teams where you wouldn't accept them to. Arsenal handed them the point. Fair. But the win against Everton. The first half,
that's the best I've seen them play this year.
You watched the game, yeah?
Yeah, I watched it.
Big man, I'm not gonna lie, I bet Everton.
Even Jamie
I'm sitting here, I'm in pain. Burnley are moving like Brazil, man. Honestly, yeah.
That's what Jamie Carragher said, isn't it?
It was a terrible reference because he tried to say the kit.
The kit, like, Brazil,
But the way they were playing, bro.
They were.
Against a team, and that's what did I tell you about Everton? Merseyside Spurs, fan. I told you about them, man.
I never disagreed with
about Merseyside Spurs because
I never disagreed with you.
Ancelotti, whatever. Bottle jobs, man. Because
sometimes Arsenal, you can't change the mentality. It's already set in the club.
Arsenal dropped points to Burnley. Yeah, cool. But Burnley went to Goodison Park and were playing like they're going. Oh no, we're gonna have to touch on that.
Wow.
But Burnley went to Goodison Park and were playing like they're trying to get Champions League. It was like Burnley were trying to get top 4.
They were all over them.
Big man thing, but
as you said, McNeil, man.
The White McNeil.
Jesus Christ.
Big
what
man
a goal.
Big man thing.
What a goal.
I'm not gonna lie.
The goal was hard.
I saw it live as well, and I'm thinking.
The goal was hard.
I was thinking that there was going to be some Sky Sports Super Sunday like memorable moment where they hype it up. And Jamie Carragher was just like, he's got a great left foot, blah blah blah. I was thinking, bro, is that all? That was a great goal. What a goal!
What Dwight McNeil did there is honestly crazy.
What a goal!
You have to big him up for that strike, man. For me personally, that strike is worthy winning any game.
Yeah.
Top things. He's done his defender. The defender tries to anticipate him being on a strong foot. He does him and still slaps his top
open his body as well.
Yeah, no. Great strike.
Sheer power.
And come back to Lowey's point, you have to big up Sean Dyche. You do, because Burnley are a team. When I look at Burnley, I just see championship. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just see championship now.
They can't rotate. They can't do nothing.
Yeah.
They've got the same players.
Surely.
Eric Peters no more. But is Eric Peters there?
Eric
Peters,
He got away with the handball against Arsenal.
Eric Peters can play up front for him. They got 11 of the same players.
But surely,
Eric Peters, was at Stoke.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Stoke. Yeah. And you know what they do?
Chris Wood, can play centre back.
Honestly, a big man.
They're the same players.
Burnley are like the misfits, fam. They just take guys from any club.
Any club.
Fam, like literally.
But surely now the board say to Sean Bash, you know what? Yeah, you keep doing this. You keep keeping us in. Here's 50
Hey,
million.
how did
Go
he
and get a
come off?
striker.
So,
Did they come off it?
Did it off?
Oh, you're shaking it. Oh,
Oh.
yeah, that's it. The top of it. Yeah. Nah, do you know what though? Here's the thing, yeah.
Surely they have to back Sean Dyche now and say, hey, here's 50 mil, go and spend it. Get a decent striker.
I guess
at least get 15 mil.
I guess it's like, yeah, when you're trying to budget on your fantasy league, yeah, it's the reason why you can't afford to spend 100 mil and have all the top men in your team. They ain't got the P in it. They ain't got the P.
No, but what I'm saying is that they're gonna get some P. Even if they go to Sean Dyche and say, bro, here's 10 million.
Blood.
You can go and get a striker for 10 mil.
To be fair, if they had money, they'd probably buy fucking John Egan. Like,
You know the man that signed him. They got.
what's his name at West Brom? What's his name at West Brom? The centre back Dodgy.
Oh wait.
Carl Bartley. And they'll probably sign someone like.
And then when they sell Nick Pope, yeah, they'll sign Sam Johnson.
But they're the man that they sign them.
And they'll be good signings, like they'll be good signings. I can't Bartley. But listen, no, you know why, yeah? This is they'll be good signings, man. I'm telling you. But Sean Dyche has worked well with the man he's got and the tools he's got available to him. So
yes.
I think they deserve full credit, man. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was on them, man. That when it comes to Burnley, I'm like, but discredit their team. But you know what?
Big up them.
Big up them. And obviously, I'm now jumping on the Burnley are safe.
Come on.
I'm now jumping on the Burnley are safe. But Brighton and Newcastle for me are still there. But speaking of Brighton, let's jump into their game, boy. Southampton 1, Brighton 2. Now, Southampton's team, when we spoke about Southampton, Lowey said earlier when they were high flying that, listen, they get top 10, it's a good, he said that. It's a good performance on them. And it was like, nah, they're definitely, them times, nailed on. But they've got, I think, 1 point from 9 games.
Yeah.
It's a mad run they've been on, boy. Which is crazy because literally Pep Guardiola said that they gave them in the first half the most problems Man City have had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked at this game and I thought, when I saw, I had Southampton, even though they were underdogs.
Yeah.
But when you back a team, and then you see the star man's out, and your chest drop.
If there's no Danny Ings here, you can't bet on them.
It was a good finish from Che Adams, but
good finish.
In general though, like Brighton played well, and I think they deserved the win.
100%.
Danny Wells as well.
You know this. So Southampton were underdogs, but obviously I think Southampton they can do this Brighton.
I thought they were.
And then you see the team come out, Danny Ings injured.
Yeah, like,
and you're just like,
What's the noise that the pill makes?
My bet went.
Battery.
That was the sound of my accumulator, boy. When I saw no Danny Ings, I'm like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Good win for Brighton.
Good win for Brighton.
Vital win for Brighton.
Really good win for Brighton.
That's what I'm saying. Fulham are going down, bro. But that's my opinion. Let's go.
Yeah, no. You know what? This was a good win. I think Brighton gave him a good game with missing key players. Danny Ings was out.
Lallana turned up though.
Listen, Lallana's a baller. I think anyone that knows football no one questions Lallana's credentials, man. 2-footed. I think he's one of the most technical players England have had for a long time. But it was the injury concern and the consistency with him, right? I'll be real, with Brighton, when I say I think they're going down, I'm not saying I think they're a bad team. Brighton on paper are one of the best teams you'll see down that side. Add Lallana, Welbeck up top. Mopé can score goals, he's not that great, but cool. Trossard's techie.
Basuma.
Lewis Dunk at the back. That Sanchez looks decent in goal. Lamptey. The team on paper. Basuma. They've got a good team.
Is it Camavinga as well? He's going to be hard. Is he
Brighton? He plays for Rennes, bro.
Oh no, you know why?
Go on. That's a
Can't sign him on FIFA or something.
Sign him on FIFA, innit?
Yeah, see, I knew it.
Why do you go with Brighton though?
Because I was trying to sign him for Sunderland, but they signed him off. Brighton signed him on FIFA, innit?
That's been nowhere near Brighton.
He's hard though.
Camavinga's a baller.
He's a baller.
He's 2-1 footed though. He's 2-1 footed.
He's a baller.
He plays for Rennes in France.
He's like 80 mil now on FIFA. I can't even get him.
He plays for Rennes.
He's mad.
Fuck. He's not.
Sorry, but
He's
I'll change
way 2-1 footed. But we'll talk about him off camera. Camavinga's 2-1 footed. But Brighton's team is
it's techie.
It's decent. The issue that they have is their best players are injury prone. Lallana, Welbeck, injury prone. Lamptey's been out injured. And you look at the running and I just think to myself, I'm not too sure.
We'll see.
But time will tell, man. They're definitely good enough to stay up in it, let's be real. And if I'm being honest, I think Newcastle are the ones that I think will get dragged in. But good result for Brighton. Very much needed 3 points. and we'll see. The next game is against Newcastle, so that's a massive game, and we'll talk more on them after that game.
100%.
As well as Newcastle. Next game we'll look at is Man United West Ham. So this is somehow turned out to be a top 4 clash game.
I was bored.
Yeah.
When I watched the highlights, I was bored.
Yeah.
Bored.
It's a good win though for United.
For the team that wins it, it's a great 3 points.
And also, I'm not gonna lie, like they did us a favour because West Ham, they've got games in hand, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but they're literally up our arses.
Yeah. So them losing did well for you.
It did well for
us. It was an own goal in that game.
Own goal.
Yeah, maybe laughing when Tomine was celebrating, but to be fair, he went in for the header and then turned away, and when he looked back, it was in the goal, wasn't it? So fair play with Tomine. But yeah, dead game. But yeah, like I said, this game, West Ham, they're doing well, man. So whatever happens to West Ham this season,
they've overachieved.
You've done your thing, innit? You know
I hope they get. I can't remember saying that. I hope they get some form of like a Europa.
You'd like to think that they get rewarded with something.
I'm doing it for Moisey though, man.
Yeah. No, I think.
Fuck all that sentimental shit, man.
Nah, I think
Sheffield United were up there the fucking last season.
Nah, but not like this though.
Nah, listen.
Yeah, it was more the start of the season.
What do you mean? But West Ham have been in the Premier League for time, fam. Sheffield United just got promoted.
Listen.
Yeah, but still, like if Moisey takes them top 4, I'll be gassed for him. Fuck West Ham, obviously, but I'm just in general.
Listen, Solskjaer's about to finish second on Inshallah Football, fam. So Moyes deserves something, but
Listen, fuck all that
finance.
I don't know.
Bro,
yeah.
dead.
Dead, fam. Dead game. Talking about dead against me.
It's good points for United though, man.
No,
I know we turned this out, but
you got to win.
100%.
They did well. They did well.
At this stage, this is the business end of the season, so it's not about how you play. It's
results.
Yeah, so big up United. I think they're going to finish second in it. So fair play to them, and fair play to West Ham. You know what I mean? But yeah, talking about dead games, Leeds Chelsea, 0-0.
Fucking hell.
This is a game that you earmarked start of the season where you were fearful.
I was fearful. Yeah.
You've been. What do you make of it?
It was a topsy-turvy game, man. It was like end-to-end stuff at the first half. They hit the bar, we hit the bar.
Do you know what though? It's one of them games here. So I mean, it's your team. We're going to talk, but I thought you put in what's his name? Ziyech was putting a few balls in. But I'm thinking, if Giroud's there, he's winning some headers in the box. You're crossing into flipping Werner and them, man.
Yeah,
and
he's going. He's playing
Havertz.
That's fine.
So you're crossing into Havertz. And it's like the guy, I'm thinking, if you had Giroud in there roughing up some guys, he's winning a couple of them headers.
I agree with you. When I saw the lineup, I was a bit like, okay, he's trying to do the false 19. Conte did it. I think Mourinho did it for a stage. I even think Benitez did it at some stage.
Was these the teams to do it against? I don't know.
But they obviously Havertz has kind of come with some different energy with Tuchel, and then obviously maybe. What do you mean?
Different energy, man. Had one game, fam.
2 games.
Excuse me, he's had 2 good games.
Wait, can I just finish what I'm going to say?
Go on.
No,
go on.
I'm not gassing him now. All I'm saying is, compared to the rest of the season, those 2 games were his highlights of the season, right? Clearly he's done.
Oh, Merton, excuse me, it's tea. Sorry, guys, go on.
Sorry,
Man
can't be like he has some.
I was contesting the saying like, no, it's actually 6. I said, no, it's not 1, it's 6. Go on.
Now listen. Let me sidestep from that.
Sorry.
But all I was going to say is that even though it's only 2 games, what I was trying to say is compared to the rest of his season, it's been poor in it. So those 2 games have been a highlight of his season, right? So Tuchel's obviously tried to give him even more confidence by starting him in this false 9, innit?
Yeah.
That false 9 obviously didn't work. If it did work, we might be sitting there saying Tuchel's some tactical genius, but hindsight in it. But I agree with you. I think he should have started at least Timo or Giroud up top and then played Havertz behind him, whatever. Yeah, but I think it was actually an even game, to be honest. It was 2 points dropped because we should have won it.
Yeah.
But Leeds played well, and we
lost it. To be fair.
We were poor. We weren't poor. We were average.
Yeah.
And
This was the first game I looked at where I thought he could have got the selection a bit wrong.
I didn't get a false 9,
especially when Havertz had been done well at the deep.
I don't get it. But now we need to go on and win the next 3 games, which is should have been, including this one, 4 winnable games. We have to win these next 3 games to cement our place in the top 4. I think it's 4. Just 3 or 4.
Just kind of my say on it. I think I understand where maybe I feel all thought not the right lineup. Same time, the man's are beating them.
Yeah, try. Yeah.
The man's come in and changed it for them. So
and how many clean sheets?
Yeah. So
no, I hear that.
It's so hard to then criticise when the man's done that, innit?
I hear that.
So I think someone said the other day, the football manager. I think it's on Dodgy actually, where it's like the football manager one job where everyone knows what should be done.
Yeah,
outside your job.
Yeah.
So I hear that, and you can't really question what he's done so far. But in my humble opinion, I feel that he could have done with a big man up front with that. But you know what I mean. He can't really argue what he's done. Next game I look at is Newcastle Aston Villa. This is a 1-1 draw actually. Newcastle equalising with the last kick of the game. I think that's a vital point for Newcastle.
Yeah, I do as well.
Vital point. Jamal Lascelles popping up with a vital equaliser last minute. Villa, do you know what? I just find it interesting with Villa, man. With Jack Grealish in the team, we know he's their best player. We were talking about Europe and their credentials and whatnot. Without Grealish in the team, I know Bertrand Traore got injured quite early. He went off winded. But you take Grealish out of the team and then Traore going off, and it didn't look the same unit. I get Grealish, you know, he's the best player, it's not going to look the same. But I wasn't really too convinced with, Ollie Watkins doesn't look as effective.
All I'm saying, Villa are playing Inshallah as well then.
Mate,
they got Midlands Inshallah.
Do you know what it is? I'll be real. You've got obviously the whole Jack Grealish element. They're missing a few players.
Nah.
They were. Matty Cash has just come back to fitness.
Nah. Listen, they miss. Simple as you said, they miss Jack Grealish.
They miss Jack, but do you know that? I mean, we spoke about it before. Ross Barkley, for me, is a player that in Grealish's absence should be standing up and being counted. And it was another game. He didn't start, but when he comes on, it's like he come on for half an hour, and I didn't see what he brought. He come off the bench, and I thought, okay, he's gonna come on and try and rip it up. I didn't see much.
But it's Jack, innit? He didn't, like you said, he didn't have his protein that day, or it's all in the mindset, man. He's a got great talent, but he's not consistent.
Yeah, he's a good athlete.
Ross, sorry. Sorry. Jackson Waller. You know what I mean, though, innit? Talking about Ross.
Must have been Jack when he crashed the Range Rover. Trust me. But
yeah, same slippers on.
But I didn't see much. But I mean, to be honest with you, what I want to shout actually is Joe Willock, Low Willock. Man was moving. I think you made sure. Man was moving techie.
Man was looking like Iniesta.
Since he's been to Newcastle, I've seen him play in different positions, and this is what I want to see from my guys on loan. Yeah, because we touch on Maitland-Niles, West Brom in a bit, but Willock, I've seen him go there. I've seen him play in the front three. I've seen him play deeper. What I saw from him that game was an ability to adapt to different positions.
I saw Willinho with him.
Trust me. Yeah. And the touches,
bro. That's what I saw Willinho.
Big up Willock, man. Big up Willock.
Willock Joseph.
Great game there, man. Great game. And a vital point for Newcastle.
Yeah, big point.
It could be, who knows, that could be a vital point coming into the season, man.
I agree.
Yeah, man.
Every point's a point, man.
Trust me. So, big point for Newcastle. Drop points for Villa, even though I don't think they deserve to win the game anyway. And Villa without Grealish is a bit of a mazza. So I don't really think Villa are gonna. I think Villa.
Villa without Grealish is just ill.
Bearing in mind that Villa survived last season.
Yeah.
Wherever they finish now is a good season for them. Wherever you finish now. So
they're safe, man.
Fair play to them. Last game I want to look at is Palace West Brom. Now you know, man, I was waving the West Brom flag last couple of weeks. I saw that's died down now with a couple of results.
Yeah.
They stunk out the place against Newcastle the other day.
Yep.
I didn't see enough from them in that game.
Yep.
And honestly, Palace, I know a team that are well versed in playing shit and winning. So in this kind of battle here, this is Palace's game, innit? For me personally. I watched this game, and again, talking about Arsenal, I thought it was a game where you're looking at man like Maitland-Niles come through, make a difference.
Nah.
But if I'm being honest,
not enough.
We spoke about Palace being Zaha FC and Zaha being in the team.
Yeah.
And
I think it was sorry, Kes, I think if I remember correctly, for the penalty decision, it was a VAR incident, and I actually think it was probably one of the best VAR
Decisions.
Interventions.
process/decisions we've had all season where they played the ball through. The guy was actually originally offside, but he didn't score. But there was a handball in between all this, if I remember correctly. Then the ball kind of Milivojevic had a volley, keeper saved it, and he could have scored. But because he didn't score, VAR then took it back to check it. The fourth official didn't put his flag up for the offside.
So,
but they actually went back to check it for the handball. The handball came in correctly, but the play was allowed to go kind of and move on, and then they went back for the handball. Do you get what I'm saying?
so long chain of events,
Handball.
and what you said was very close to what actually happened. But what happened was, so the offside, it wasn't offside. So they checked for the offside before the handball. So it was handball.
Handball, yeah.
And they went back to see if there was an offside in the build-up. The offside was marginal, but it was onside. So then they looked at the handball, and it was obviously handball in it. So they gave the pen. But what was interesting was that in that passage of play, before the referee's blown up, you know, they're instructed to let the play continue.
Yeah.
And Milivojevic has hit a volley from.
Yeah.
And you know he's hit that because he thinks that there's no pressure on the volley. And he's hit the best volley of his life. He's hit the best volley of his life. Yeah, great volley, great save from Sam Johnson.
More time, when you hear Milivojevic, it's a pen. When I hear his name, I think it's a pen.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I don't know what else does, man.
But it was a good pens. But that's why the VAR
But you
was
mentioned
actually
Sam
live.
Johnson. Sam Johnson's made a high number of saves this season.
Listen, Sam Johnson
Yeah, good
is in
keeper.
England contention. I'm putting it out there. He's in England contention.
Really?
Yeah. And I say that now Pickford's out, I think he's in England contention, bro, because this guy's getting shots left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And he's stopping them shots. That's what I'm putting out there. England contention. I'm not saying England starter.
Okay, fair.
He's in England contention now.
Fair. But he had a good season, to be fair to him. But yeah, so penalty won the game in the end. I just think with West Brom, I look at it, and we spoke about Slaven Bilic being dismissed and whatever. I look at Big Sam, and I just think Big Sam's on holiday. I'm not seeing the urgency from his team to.
He's
You
getting
know what I
money
mean?
back on.
Yeah.
Man got his airwave sponsorship. He's calm, man.
Yeah, that was. I think since the Man United game, where they pressured United and whatnot, if they approached Newcastle with that same vigour, they could have pressured Newcastle, right? But I watched the Newcastle game.
They're done, man.
Yeah, I watched the Newcastle game, and it's like
Done.
this is a team where you need to beat,
Yeah.
but you're being tentative and like scared. I'm thinking, nah.
West Brom are done.
Yeah, so West Brom, we know where West Brom are done.
Yeah, done actually.
But I do think there are a few players from West Brom that can be cherry picked, and you know, if Umbai Dieng, for instance, played for a flipping,
That's the Crystal Palace. Even Crystal Palace, yeah.
It's-
He's
trust
scoring
me.
goals, yeah.
he's a handful. He's a unit. He's a
Yeah,
handful.
it's a handful, yeah.
What I want to big up Big Sam for though, I'll be real with you, because he always plucks out. So Milivojevic was a Big Sam signing for Crystal Palace, right?
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, and he's still there. Big Sam always plucks out guys at the lower end of the table, so he scouts them well that will do well at a certain level. One guy I want to point out from West Brom is, I thought his name was OK, but apparently it's
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
Yakushalo.
Turkish Donny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched this guy play against Newcastle in a bore draw, and he looked like the only techie player in amongst some dead guys. Composed on the ball, passing the ball, lovely. Every time I seen him play, he looks like a quality
He breaks,
operator.
he breaks up the play and everything.
Lovely. I think I look at him, I think what a find he is, because he played for Celtic Vigo. He would do a job for most Premier League teams.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's quality. He breaks up the play. He's physical. So yeah, I think Big Sam he always find the guys he signed. I said it to you. He signed Maitland-Niles. He signed Umbai Dieng, Yakushalu. The signings he made. West Brom.
Might be a bit too late.
It was too late, innit? But the signings he's made
Have improved.
the team.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So yeah, man. Yeah, we know West Brom are doomed. Palace. We didn't learn much about Palace from this game.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, I mean they got the 3 points,
Yeah.
but it still stunk out the place, kinda. So
No, he did.
yeah, I think what is left to do really from you, man, is get your. Let's start with donkey of the week. If anyone's got their donkeys ready,
I might have mine.
I'm gonna go for
Big
because
Rob,
you're gonna say
yeah,
mine. I'm
Big
gonna go for Mourinho because Mourinho, come with the same inshallah tactics, that worked for him last time. We're gonna sit back, even though we got the Fab Four, we're gonna sit back and hope, You went for the hit and hope thing, and the ball come at you and hit middle wicket, fam. You didn't have nothing else because you didn't. You tried
I
it,
hear
you
that.
tried the whole process again, and we outplayed you again. and unfortunately, maybe we had a bit of luck. But we deserve the win. We deserve 3 points from that game. Yeah. And listen, North London's always going to be red, big man.
Come on.
Stop talking about how.
No matter what way you're looking at.
Don't talk about how we come up from South London and all that. Nah, that's long time. Long time. Long time. Only one that was here talking about that, it's people that know when Arsenal moved to North London, Stop talking about it.
Al Capone was still alive them times that you're trying to big man. Trust me.
Al Capone, but listen, man.
Trust me.
Arsene Wenger was based in nappy stuff. Like, them things there.
Come on!
Stop talking about it. It's red, fam. North London's always been red.
So your donkey is Jose Mourinho?
No. It's Mourinho, fam. Don't bring my name in. Our team won, man.
I'm sorry. Hey. Now, Jose Mourinho. Bands, you got your donkey of the week ready?
Donkey, yeah? Oh, fucking hell. I think it's got to go to keep it on a Tottenham vibe, Gareth Bale, fam. I have to, innit?
He's going to go there.
I have to, man. Fuck it, man. Yeah, Gareth Bale, Donkey of the week.
Do you know where he is, fans?
Where?
Yeah,
where is he? Tell me.
Guaranteed his pocket.
Yeah.
I like Bale, innit? And he's an amazing footballer, but Bale's not back.
Yeah,
he's not back. He's not back. Getting there, but he's not back.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Donkey of the week, Ross. Okay, so my donkey is gonna be. Boom, bam, donkey of the week.
Like, do you not think about
I'm gonna go. But always when you man take longer. Okay, my donkey of the week is gonna be Ralph Hasenhüttl because more time. He got injured in that, but he losing to Brian and that. Yeah. I'm going Hasenhüttl. You went from Hassan Hustler to
I'm a hustler, baby.
Yeah, trust. But let's bring some positivity. It's episode 20 and that. Come on, keep the vibes high and that. Player of the week.
Easy.
Everyone got that ready.
No,
that's an easy.
Kelechi, man. Yeah, that's your bro.
Oh, yeah, I'll get that.
Play again, man.
You have to though.
Nah, 100.
It's easy.
Yeah, 100. So Kelechi in that show. Nah, big man thing. It's a great shout. I think he deserves that as well.
Not really.
Coming to you, bro.
I'm gonna go for. And because it paid off mostly, I'm gonna go for Mikel Arteta, fam.
Mikel Arteta, baby. Mikel Arteta.
Woo! That's such a shit.
It's like he's made up now, innit?
Yeah, it did. You know it did. Yeah, you know it did.
No, that's alright then. If you just made it up. I thought that was an Arsenal official thing.
Nah.
Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, there you go.
Mikel Arteta.
He went to Tottenham. No, he didn't go to Tottenham. He went. Starting, innit? I'll come back next week.
That's a good start, though.
Yeah, it's a good start, isn't it?
It's a good start.
Where's the sweater?
Mikel Arteta. Hey, come on. So Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, man. I think like it paid off. The Bamian thing we spoke about earlier paid off. And you know what? We're showing that we've got a bit of depth in our squad now, man. I think we can play guys like interchange strikers or having Odegaard in there. It's nice and being able to do that. And no, listen, look at that. Because I was vexed because Bellerin didn't play. Only reason why I'm vexed because Bellerin knows about derbies, bro. If we're the only one in the squad that knows about that derby, innit? And he dropped him, and everything's paid off for him. So yeah, listen, that's the Mikel family this week.
Nah, hear that.
Get me, Cone boy.
My
Captain Black.
My player of the week.
I don't know, fam.
You know what? He plays for Burnley. He gets them wins. Dwight McNeil, he only hits top bins. Dwight McNeil. I just made up. Dwight McNeil's a guy.
No, he made up for it. He made up for it. See the point when he was doing this, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And that started from when you spoke, fam. He didn't even hear what you said, fam. Check the clock.
Oh shit.
That's a solid 8
You know what, yeah? Nah, you know what, yeah?
Big up kids on that one.
Dwight McNeil, yeah? Listen.
What a left foot.
I'll be real. That goal, you deserve it, fam. Self-explanatory, won the strike and that. Dwight McNeil, you know what I'm saying?
Did we even touch on the Lamella thing? Fuck Lamella, man.
No, we did.
We did. Yeah.
Fuck Lamella, man.
Yeah,
Cutting that out.
Yeah. Aye.
Your episode's way too long. You need
Hey.
to cut it.
Hey.
Episode's way too long.
You need to cut it. Cut it, boy. Cut it. Hey. That only needs one thing, guys. Hey, wrap it up, box it up. Another one down, milestone episode, and that episode 20. Guys, you know the drilly. If you're feeling us, you're fucking with us, you're rocking with us. Keep it real, keep it locked, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Guys, stay safe, stay blessed. We out.
Thank you.